Hey folks, I have an interesting announcement to make, an offer to make for anyone who is interested in starting or advancing their career as a mental coach working specifically with golfers. Not exclusively with golfers, but definitely specifically with golfers. And this is the reason for my idea, which just came to me today, as a matter of fact. In fact, it was about an hour ago. I got a new referral for a junior golfer client, and I'm not taking on new clients. My career has evolved in such a way that I'm not taking on new junior clients. In fact, I'm not even promoting myself as a mental coach to any athlete clients at the moment. I've shifted a bit. I'm doing the same kind of work, but the audience now is in the corporate world. So, when someone sends me an email like this, and they send me a long email, I heard great things about your work, and can we get together? And I don't know who to send them to. See, I don't have any referrals, and I've actually kind of looked into that. I don't have referral sources, people to say, no, I'm not doing that anymore, but let me send you to so-and-so. So instead of just continuing to try to find someone whose work I trust, which seems like an impossible task to me at the moment, how could I possibly figure that out rapidly, other than based on secondhand information? I decided to go ahead and create my own referral source as an apprentice. So I'm offering an apprenticeship, and I'm pretty excited about this as I thought it through. Why would I do this? Well, one is there's several reasons, and the first reason is to have someone to send the incoming requests for coaching. And that's actually such a luxury, isn't it nice? That I'm actually, if anything, not only am I not working to create new client referrals, I'm actually discouraging that. I'm telling people, I'm actually actively diminishing the likelihood of having new referrals show up, and yet they still come in. And that's just the product of two things. One, good solid work, and two, over a long period of time. And that's going to truly benefit you if you're the apprentice, because what you're going to be doing is getting effortless referrals, getting new business that you can then build from. And by the way, the people that are contacting me are referred by someone that knows my work or has worked with me, so they know what my fees are. They're very strong. What I've been charging historically, recently, to coach junior clients is in the area of $300 an hour, which is a pretty strong fee. It's a pretty solid fee for anything, especially working with juniors. So the quality of referrals that I'm getting are superb, and they will go right to you. I know what it was like to start from scratch. To start my business from scratch, it took a long time. And I had help. I did have help. I had the help of Dr. Allison Arnold, who I think saved me years and years of time. But we still built it virtually from scratch. She had already started. The point here is I appreciate how hard it is. And, part of the reason that I've chosen this industry of coaching as my own vocation is to help people accelerate the rate at which they create their dreams. And that's really one of the other reasons that I'm excited about offering this apprenticeship, is because I'm going to be helping somebody truly accelerate the rate at which they're doing what I did 20, 25 years ago. So that's cool. It's also another reason is because it's going to be rewarding for me on multiple levels, and it's also going to be fun. So what's in it for you? Let me tell you a little bit more about the shift that I'm making. As I said, I'm working in the corporate world, specifically almost entirely with sales teams and executives and CEOs and entrepreneurs. And my coaching fee at the moment is $50,000 per year to coach for a year of coaching, right? Which is a pretty strong fee, which is why I don't really feel like it makes sense for me at this point to continue to spend time working, for $3,000 for a 10-hour coaching program. Although I still love it, it just doesn't make sense financially. Plus, I also want to spend a lot of my time these days, my free time, creating new products that I can, have on market for the rest of my life. As an entrepreneur, I'm not going to get much Social Security. I'm not going to get a pension, right? So I am my own 401k. I am creating my own retirement. So therefore, just logistically, thinking in terms of fiscal responsibility or intelligence, I want to start creating some passive income streams. I want to use all my time for that, which is another reason why I'm not going to be working with the juniors anymore. So back to what's in it for you. Well, and this is incredible. The value of this is remarkable. When I think about it, man, if I had this, it would have been so absolutely awesome. What I'm offering you is you will get 100% of all of my content for free. You have license to use everything that I've ever created at will. Forever. And anything that I continue to create, you will have license to use that. You can, you'll be able to, if you wanted to buy 100 copies of The Edge, Mental Toughness for Miraculous Golf audio program, you can buy them at cost, the way I do. You just pay what I pay. And you can sell them or just distribute them at will forever, however you please. Same with the Creating Your Dream audio course, my book, the all-in audio program, the thousands of documents, videos, my YouTube channel videos, which are free anyway, but all of the resources that I've accumulated, unbelievable number and quality of resources that I use in my coaching and my speaking, you will have absolute full access to. You'll also be coached by me for a year. And as I mentioned, my coaching fee is $50,000. You're not going to be paying that $50,000. This apprenticeship, and there's only one, I'm offering it to one person, will be half of that fee, $25,000. That alone, I believe, is worth $25,000. Now, $25,000 ain't chump change, and I get that. I totally appreciate that. Right, but I will only be willing to spend a year training someone so remarkably thoroughly if they are at least that invested to be able to demonstrate the willingness, the courage, the resourcefulness, the creativity, or just the willingness alone. Say if you have $25,000 to spend, I want to only coach someone who is that committed. That's the only way I'll do it. So in addition to all the materials, then you're going to get coached by me. Now let me talk about the way I'm going to coach you. I'm going to coach you in the beginning. I'll coach you just like I coach any athlete client, like a PGA Tour player or any executive. But then what's going to happen is then I'm going to coach you to coach me. I am going to hold you to a remarkably strict standard to make infinitely sure that you have a grasp of this content, that you could go out and do a $10,000 for an hour and a half keynote seminar on it right now. And I will make damn sure of that. I want you to be able to recite this content, to be able to deliver it in your sleep. So I'm going to have you teach me. I'm going to critique it. This is going to be like boot camp mental training. This is going to be like training for the Olympics of mental coaching, right? It's like Navy SEAL style mental toughness training, right? To make sure that you really get it. And then finally, in addition to all that, you're going to get my new referrals. So you're going to be the person to whom I send. When I get an email like I did, a couple hours ago from someone that's ready to get going. They know enough about my work. They're saying, let's go. They know what I charge. They're just saying, when can we start? They're not even saying, I'd like to inquire about it. They're just saying, when can we start? This is someone that saw me speak up in Pebble Beach a while ago, last year, I think. And they're reaching out and saying, let's go. Right? They already know the details. So you're going to get those kinds of referrals, which is incredible. Oh, and in addition to that, I almost forgot to mention, I'm also going to invite you to come be in attendance at any seminar that I have for the year that we're working together. Whatever it is, whether it's a sporting thing, which it probably won't be, but the workshops or keynotes that I'm doing with the corporations, because it's all the same content, and there's going to be unbelievable value for you in that. And again, as I say that, I'm thinking, man, that would have been cool for me to have at the beginning of when I was starting everything. Goodness, because imagine this. So you're gonna come with me to these seminars. This is all, by the way, that's all, the travel expense is on you for that. But you are willing to come and attend, and you will attend, and I will introduce you as my apprentice. And you'll either, just observe, or that's probably all you're going to do. But what you're going to witness is the conversations that I have in the beginning. Like before we even start the seminar, I'll be there and I'll be finding the person that hired me, and those conversations are interesting, and they're going to let me know who else is going to be in the room that they didn't know, a decision maker, and I'll say, let me meet them, and you'll witness these interactions, which are all about A, making the presentation that's about to occur, the workshop or seminar or keynote, even more powerful, and B, planting seeds for future work, and that stuff is invaluable to you. Right? But even more than that, then in addition to being able to witness the content itself throughout the duration of the workshop, you're at the end, those are the conversations when the workshop or the seminar is over and people come up and talk, and the person that hired me comes up and talks, or another decision maker that was in the room comes up and starts asking questions, and I start responding. The content of those conversations are gold. And because they're all about, okay, what can we do next? So how can we scale you? How can we take this to the next level? And this is like decades of lessons that you'll be learning in instance. And that's just, it's so remarkable. So you would be responsible for the travel fees, but you could come to as many or as few of those experiences as you want. So I'm offering one. If you are interested in starting or furthering a career in mental training, and as I said, I have worked predominantly with golfers, but certainly not exclusively. I've worked with athletes from professional tennis, from professional baseball, from the NFL hockey, and football. So. If you're someone who's wanting to really advance your career in mental toughness training with athletes, then, or even executives, even if you wanted to get into corporate coaching, and you're interested in doing an apprenticeship, again, the fee is $25,000, and that's paid in full up front. But I want you to contact me. I'm not going to hire. I'm not going to take on anyone. I want to use extreme discretion. I'm going to treat it just the way I do with my coaching clients. I use enormous amounts of discretion on who I invite into a program. I'm going to use even more discretion with who I'm going to invite into this apprenticeship. So, all right, I'm putting it out there. If that's something you're interested in, reach me. You can send me an email at chris@christopherdoris.com, and that's the best way to reach me. Okay, I'll look forward to hearing from you. Great miracles.